and wrath upon this people.
And wrath upon what people? The children of Israel.
Us.
Go ahead and read.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
Go ahead. Now, it's the same thing Moses said in Deuteronomy. Said they're going to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Excuse me. Now, Jesus said the same thing. He said they're going to be Israel, you're going to be led away captive into all nations. When was that one called a Jew? When was he led away captive here on this continent? Anybody ever seen any history of him led away captive on the African continent? What about the Asian continent? What about the European continent? Ain't read no history, ain't seen no pictures or nothing of him being led away captive into all nations. That's how we know who we are, and that's how we know who he is. We know the players that are on the field, don't we?
Yes, sir.
Because prophecy tells you, and history lines up with prophecy, don't it? Go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It says, they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive to all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Now he said, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, it's going to be trodden down. Let's go read this right here. This is the last 2 million years.
Are we reading that, brother? Yeah?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Disagree.
Gotcha. Okay, last 2 million years. It says, for nearly 1900 years, Palestine.
Which is Jerusalem, right? That's Israel, Palestine. Go ahead. Read that again.
Yes, sir. It says, for nearly 1900 years, Palestine, as the Romans had renamed Israel.
Now the Romans, those are Gentiles, aren't they? He said they renamed Israel. Go ahead.
Was ruled and fought over by foreigners.
It was ruled for 1900 years. It's been ruled over and fought over by foreigners.
Romans.
Those are Gentiles.
Byzantines.
Those are Gentiles.
Sassanid. Persians.
Those are Gentiles. We read that earlier. Those Gentiles, aren't they? Go ahead and read.
Arabs.
Arabs,
Crusaders. And Turks.
Turks. That's why I read you Turks earlier when we were reading about Medaiah's children. Turks. Those are Gentiles, aren't they? Go ahead now. But these not Edomites, though, are they? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. It says all control it at various times. The few Jews who remained there were a subject people.
Now, you know, because I could go in more in detail about that and show you about Simon Bar Kokhba, which was around 134 A.D. You understand? Which tried to stage a war, a coup against the Romans, because at that time Jerusalem was still a Roman province. They tried to stage Simon Bar Kokhba. When you look in the Bible, you don't see nobody with no name of Bar Kokhba. But this guy was an Edomite who tried to stage a coup against the Roman government. And he defeated them for a little while, but then the Romans came right back in 135, 136 and crushed them. I mean, they was calling him the Messiah and everything. But this guy was an Edomite, though. Because the Jews were taken out where? In 70 A.D. And the Lord ain't saying nothing in the Bible about they going to stage a war against the Romans and they going to come back for a couple of years. You don't see nothing like that in the Bible. But we understand that these people were Edomite, just like, because Josephus, he wrote a lot of history too. But if you look at Josephus was an Edomite. He came along after the first century and started recording things. He was an Edomite though. Let's go to Obadiah. Obadiah. And we're going to Obadiah, the first verse. Obadiah, the first verse. Obadiah 1 and Obadiah 1 is only one chapter. So we're going to Obadiah 1. And we got to move. Go ahead and read.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord. And an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
And he's still small among the nations, isn't he? He's still small among the nations. Skip down to verse 5. Go ahead and read.
5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off?
Go ahead.
Would they not have stolen till they have enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Now he said, you know, if thieves come, they're going to leave some. He said, if grape gatherers came, they're going to leave some grapes. But you, Esau, you ain't going to leave nothing. Go ahead and read.
Verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
And he still got this mentality too, don't he? Because he greedy, ain't he?
Come on,
brother. He got money already. He want to get more money, don't he? And this is their whole thing, getting money. Go ahead and read.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at the peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Go ahead.
Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau?
Go ahead.
And thy mighty men, O Teman.
We're going to find out that's still Esau right there, one of his sons. T-Man, go ahead.
And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Ooh, you see what's going to happen to them? And I'm going to show you when it's going to happen to them. He said they're going to be cut off by slaughter. Esau still here.
Come on, brother.
Go ahead and read.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall come over thee.
He said, for your violence against your brother Jacob. See, that's our brother. He said, shame shall cover thee.
Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
I'm going to show you, this ain't happened yet. He hadn't been cut off forever yet. Go ahead and read.
In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces.
Go ahead.
And foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem. Even thou wast as one of them.
Now, if we could go back and read, because we already know the Herodian dynasty was from 46 BC all the way up to 100, right? So now, he said, even thou was one of them. The Romans are the one who gave the Herodians, Herod, that land. They're the ones who let them govern that land. He said, but thou should have not, verse 11, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, the day that strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered to his gate, and cast lot upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. What is this talking about? 70 A.D. Go ahead and read.
12. But thou shalt not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither should thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress.
Go ahead.
Thou should not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou should not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity.
Now look at what he's doing now. Look at what Esau has done. The Lord said, look, you should have not looked on my people in the day of their calamity. What else they do?
Nor have laid hands on their substance.
Nor have laid hands. Because remember we read in Ezekiel, thou hast appointed my land into your possession, Esau. He said, neither should you have laid your hands on their substance. Because he got our substance now, don't he? Got our land and our substance. But go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. Nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither should thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither should thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress.
So when the children of Israel were in distress, the Edomites, our brother, were helping the people that distressed them, which was the Romans. They helped them. Verse 15, go ahead.
For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Ooh.
Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
It's getting ready to get a little deep in here. So everybody just hold on to your seat. Well, we're going to show you that this guy that they keep talking about is a European, is none other than Edom. Keep calling him a Khazar, but we're going to show you that he's none other than Edom. Let's go now. Let's go to Genesis, the 36th chapter. Because we're going to show you those names. And we're going to show you another name. Look at what he's going to do to this one. Genesis 36 and 9. Genesis 36 and 9. We're going to run over. Genesis 36 and 9. When you get it, go ahead and read it.
And these are the generations of Esau, the father of Edomites.
The father of who?
Edomites in Mount Seir.
And the father of the Edomites, not of no Gentiles. You understand? The father of the Edomites. Go ahead and read.
These are the names of Esau's sons. Eliphaz, the son of Edom.
We don't worry about him. Skip down to verse 15.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau. The sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn son of Esau. Duke, Teman.
We just read about him, didn't we? In Obadiah. He called him old T-Man, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
Duke, Omar. Duke, Zepho. Duke, Kenai.
Skip down to verse 19 and read it. Go ahead.
These are the sons of Esau, who is Edom. And these are their dukes.
Go ahead.
These are the sons of Seir.
Seir. We're going to read about him too. Mount Seir. These are the Edomites. Go ahead and read.
The sons of Seir, the Horite. Who inhabited the land, Loden, and Shobal, and Zibeon, and Ammon, Anan, and Dishon, and Ezer, and Dishan. These are the dukes of the Horites, the children of Seir, in the land of Edom. In the land of Edom. Skip down to verse 31. Go ahead and read it. Yes, sir.
So we got T-Man that we read about. We got Mount Seir. Now look at this other one right here. Verse 31. Go ahead.
And these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom. Before there reigned any king over the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
And Bela, the son of Beor, reigned in Edom. And the name of his city was Dinhabah.
Go ahead.
And Bela died, and Jobab, the son of Zerah, of Bozrah, reigned in his stead.
Reigned in his stead. Bozrah. Let's go to Isaiah, the 63rd chapter. Isaiah 63. Isaiah 63. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Isaiah 63 and 1. When you get it, go ahead and read it.
Who is this that cometh from Edom?
Coming from where?
Edom.
Edom,
With dyed garments.
With dyed garments,
From Bozrah.
From who?
Bozrah.
Who is Bozrah? That's Edom's son, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
This that is glorious in his apparel.
Now, who is this coming with these dyed garments, with this glorious apparel? Go ahead. We're going to show you who it is. Go ahead.
Traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Go ahead.
Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine.
He said, and your garments are like them that treadeth in the wine press. Go ahead and read.
Wine fat. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
Oh, this is what's on that garment. It's blood, huh? Go ahead and read.
And I will stain all my remnant. For the day of vengeance is in my heart. And the year of my redeem is come.
So now he said that for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. Now wait a minute. What's the day of vengeance? This the day of the Lord, ain't it? This is when the Lord returned. And he said the year of my redeem gonna come. Who is the redeemed? That's Israel, ain't it?
Hallelujah.
Because remember, Israel, he talked to the land. He said, you're going to yield forth your presence and your fruit to my people Israel, for they are at hand to come, right? Let's go now. Let's go to back up to Isaiah 34th chapter. Isaiah 34. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Isaiah 34 and 1. When you get it, go ahead and read it. 34 and 1.
Come near, ye nations, to hear.
Go ahead.
And hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein. The world and all things that come forth of it.
Go ahead.
For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
It said, so we're looking at end time prophecy, right?
Yes,
we're looking at the day of vengeance of the Lord, right? He wants all the world to hear this. Go ahead and read.
And his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
Now look at what else he gonna do. Skip down to verse 5. Go ahead.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Stop right there. I thought Idumea and Esau was gone.
No, sir.
We're talking about the end. We're talking about end time prophecy right here. The vengeance of the Lord, aren't we? He said, my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon who? Idumea. Who is Idumea? That's Edom.
Yes, sir.
And we're looking at it. So he ain't disappeared nowhere in that, is he? He's still here. Go ahead and finish that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It says, shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Go ahead.
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood.
That's them dad garments we just got to reading about, ain't it? He said the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. Go ahead.
It is made fat with fatness. And with the blood of lambs and goats.
Go ahead.
With the fat of kidney of rams. For the Lord have his sacrifice in Bozrah.
And where?
Bozrah.
Who is Bozrah?
Edom.
That's Edom, ain't it? He said it's going to be a sacrifice in Bozrah. Go ahead and read.
And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Ooh, they still around, aren't they? Because this talking about end time prophecy, the day of the Lord's vengeance. He's going to tell you. Keep reading.
7.
And
the unicorn shall come down with them. And the bullocks with the bulls. And their land shall be soaked with blood. And their dust made fat with fatness.
Go ahead.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance.
Now we know this end time prophecy, not don't we? For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance. And you see who he got a special punishment he going to reach out to? If I was him, I would be saying, I'm not Edom. I'm a Khazar. Finish that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
For the controversy of who?
Zion.
Well, if it's a controversy of Zion, then where's Edom sitting at? Zion in Jerusalem. That's why I say, you know, people, they making all these accusations and all of this stuff, the hearsays about the Khazar this and the Khazar that. Okay, well, if the Khazar, they getting ready to get punished then. Because the Lord, I'm going to show you where the punishment is going to take. We just told you about the recompense of Zion, right?
Yeah. Who's there?
And we know Zion is Jerusalem, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
So he get ready to pay them back on. Just hold on for a minute. Let's go now. Let's go to Joel. Joel the 3rd chapter. Joel 3. I know I'm holding y'all long. Y'all forgive me. Joel the 3rd chapter. Joel 3 And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Joel 3 and 1. When you get it, go ahead and read it.
For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring
again.
We'll
get ready for that slide. Go ahead.
For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations.
Go ahead.
And will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
You seen anything like this yet? We ain't seen nothing like this, have we? No, go ahead and read.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Now, if Israel was there, then why is he already there in 1948? Why is he saying, look, they're the ones that were scattered among the nations? He said, I will gather all nations, will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people. And for my heritage Israel. If they already there, why is he pleading with the nations for them then? If they already there. He said, whom they have scattered among the nations. Go ahead, what they do? Go ahead.
And they have cast lots for my people. And have given a boy for a harlot. And sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
See, Israel is for a medium of exchange, like money. Go ahead and read.
Yea. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre, and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine?
Who in Tyre, who in Zion and Palestine right now? The ones that conspired against the children of Israel in Psalms the 83rd chapter. Edom was at the top of the list, wasn't it? And then Ishmael. And then Moab. These people, I'm going to show you, still there. Go ahead and read.
Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own.
He said, you can't even pay me back for what you have done. See, if I was them, I'd be saying, I'm not no Jew. I'm a Khazar. Go ahead and read.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
Go ahead.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem.
See, then he say, look, you should not have laid hands on their substance. And that's what Esau done. He have laid hands on the children of Israel's substance. He said, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried it into your temple and my godly pleasant things. Go ahead and read verse 6.
Yes, sir. My goodly pleasant things, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Stop right there. He said, you have sold them to the Grecians. Now, I know, I have said before about the children of Judah, we couldn't be them. But we're going to show you some evidence that we are the closest ones to the slave port than anybody, than all the tribes. Amen. But we're going to show you that, though, during the Black History, which is July the 17th. Aaron Wall Keegan at the Milan. Amen. Thought I plugged that real quick. Go ahead and read some more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back at 6, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their borders.
Remove them far from their borders. Go ahead and read.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Skip down to verse 14, because they got a punishment coming. Verse 14. Go ahead and read.
Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
I'm just showing you when it's going to take place, to show you that this is when the Lord is going to do this. Go ahead and read.
The sun and the moon shall be darkened.
He just put a date on it, didn't he?
Come on.
He said the sun and the moon is going to be darkened. Go ahead and read.
And the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Now, this haven't happened yet, is it? This is the coming of the Lord, ain't it? Amen. Go ahead and read.
The Lord shall also roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
And the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people.
But the Lord will be the hope of his people.
And the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain.
Go ahead.
Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore.
Ooh. know this end time not on it. Because there's strangers in the land right now.
Sure enough.
They've been fighting over that land for 1,900 years. He said, at this time, though, strangers are not going to pass through her anymore. Now, we're going to show you something right here. This is the slave ship owners right here. This is a description of a slave ship. And this guy, Aaron Lopez, a slave owner, born Dante Lopez, was a Portuguese Jewish slave merchant and a philanthropist. Through his varied commercial ventures, he became the wealthiest person in Newport, Rhode Island, in British America. But you see what he was? A Jewish slave merchant. And this is the ships that he had right here. This is one of the ships that he had. And these are this says Jewish control over American slavery. Now wait a minute. The captor had the captives. The ones that they said that they said that they the captives, but they the captors, aren't they?
Amen.
They're the ones who had the slave ships. And so who are the people that was on these slave ships?
Us.
Ding, 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 ding. Everybody get the message now?
Amen.
Even when you start doing a little research on these people, you'll find out that these people were expelled from Spain. Because that's where you get this name, Lopez, from Spain. They were expelled from Spain around the 11th century. All of them were kicked out. What happened to them in Germany? There was a Holocaust in Germany, right? What happened to them during the bubonic plague? Since you pursued blood, Esau, since you shedded your brother's blood, blood gonna pursue you. Now let's go to Revelations 3 and 9, and you see why the Lord said this. Revelations 3 and 9. Revelations 3 and 9. Everybody got it?
Amen.
Go ahead and read.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogues of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie.
He said, look, I know there was the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, but do lie. Go ahead.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
He said, I'm going to come and let them worship before your feet, and to know that I have loved thee. So now, you know, who is this? He said, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Who worship in synagogues? The ones that call themselves Jews, right? But we know, if you don't know yet, you will find out that this is Edom. Not no Khazars and all that stuff. He said, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, Go ahead. I will make them
worship before thy feet, and I know I have loved thee.
He said, I'm going to come and make them worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. So he's talking to the real Israelites, or the real Jews then, isn't he? Now let's show you who the real Israelites are, and who the people that call themselves Edomites. Let's show you how they look. Now look, this is Morgan Freeman, and you know who that is. The Queen Bee, Oprah Winfrey. And look at that red hair. That's Bette Midler. That's Jerry Stiller. And this is Bette Midler. Is that that's the other one. That's on
Joy Behar.
Joy Behar, right. She looks just like Bette Midler, don't she?
Yeah.
But anyway, see they got that red hair? Yeah. Just like the Lord said about the Edomites. And if you read about Jesus, you'll see he had that white hair that was like wool. Just like Morgan Freeman's right here. You understand? So now we're looking at the Israelites right here and the Edomites right here. Two manner of people, two nations, Israelites and the Edomites. Everybody understand? Now, let's go now, because it's almost, let's go now, let's go to Revelation 18. Because look, Babylon the Great, Babylon is still around. Y'all didn't know that? Let's go to Revelation 18 chapter. Babylon is still, the Gentiles are still running it, not Esau. Esau ain't running it, the Gentiles running this. We had Revelation 18:1, Revelation 18:1, go ahead and read it. Look at what's going to happen to them though. Go ahead and read.
And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory.
Now we know this end time prophecy, don't we? Go ahead and read.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen.
Wait a minute. This end time prophecy still talking about Babylon. This the same Nebuchadnezzar Babylon that all the way down here past us. Because he said, Nebuchadnezzar, you are this head of gold. You the head honcho. Then who took over? The Medes and the Persians, then the Greeks, and then the Romans. But now we got Babylon the Great right here that has fallen. They still around. These are Gentiles we dealing with. We can read you about that in the 17th chapter. But for the sake of time, go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit.
Go ahead.
And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Stop right there. Now, all the nations have been drunk of the wine of the Edomites' wrath and fornication. We're talking about Gentiles right here, aren't we? And more specifically, we're talking about the Catholic Church. This is who we're talking about. Everybody that drunk of the wine of her wrath and her fornication, everything.
That blame, brother.
Finish that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Let's go to Jeremiah the 49th chapter, Jeremiah 49. We got two more. Jeremiah 49. Because look, Esau, you cannot hide. Esau, you cannot hide. We know who you are. See, somebody done started this rumor with this Khazar thing. And like I said earlier, the same people that started this rumor with the Khazar thing, they ain't telling you who the real Jews are though. We showed you though, didn't we? Now look, Esau, you can't hide. And we're going to show you, we're going to put the hand right on you. Jeremiah 49:9. Jeremiah 49:9. Go ahead and read that.
If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes?
So we know what we're talking about because he said that about Esau, didn't he? Go ahead and read.
If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places.
Ooh, I have uncovered his secret places. See, but the Lord already uncovered. He had revealed to us his secret places. Go ahead and read.
And he shall not be able to hide himself.
He shall not be able to hide himself. See, he's trying to hide, not talking about he's some Khazar. First he wanted to be a Jew, right? Now he want to be a Khazar. He don't know what he want to be doing. But we know exactly who you are, though. Like the Lord said, you cannot hide yourself. Go ahead and read.
His seed is spoiled. And his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy father.
All right, now we're going to stop right there. We're going to stop right there. Let's go now. Because we're going to unveil his secret hide place. He think it's secret, but it's no longer a secret. And I'm here to tell you, it's not in Europe. Let's go now, because we got one more after this. Let's go to Daniel, the 11th chapter. Daniel 11. Now, look at this. We're going to read about some more end-time prophecy right here. Daniel. Now, look. The the people in the east, which are the Russians and the China, they already done told NATO, y'all better leave Libya alone. And y'all better leave our people alone in Libya. But look at what's going to happen at this time, though. We at Daniel 11 and 36. Daniel 11 and 36. Go ahead and read it.
36.
Uh-huh.
And the king shall do according to his will.
Uh-huh.
And he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god.
Go ahead.
And shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods.
Uh-huh.
And shall prosper till indignation be accomplished.
Now, this ain't talking about Edom right here.
Yes,
This is talking about the Gentiles. In fact, it's talking about the Catholic Church. So he's going to magnify himself above God, right? Mm-hmm. Esau ain't trying to magnify himself above God. The Catholic Church is. Go ahead and read.
For that is determined shall be done.
Uh-huh.
Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers,
Uh-huh.
nor the desire of women.
Go ahead.
Nor regard any God, for he shall magnify himself above all.
Skip down to verse 40. Go ahead.
And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him,
Uh-huh.
and the king of the north shall come against him, like a whirlwind,
Uh-huh.
with chariots,
Go ahead.
and with horsemen, and with many ships. And he shall enter into the countries,
Uh-huh.
and shall overflow, and pass over.
Go ahead.
He shall enter also into the glorious land.
Stop right there. Where's the glorious land at?
Jerusalem.
That's Jerusalem, ain't it? Now this one right here that's going to magnify himself and everything, he going to enter into the glorious land, into Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And many countries shall be overthrown.
And many countries shall be overthrown. Like who?
But these shall escape out of his hand.
Uh-huh.
Even Edom.
Oh, I thought Edom was gone.
No, sir.
He said even Edom, uh-huh.
And Moab.
Uh-huh.
And the chief of the children of Ammon.
Now, these people are still around, aren't they?
It's written.
Edom is still around. Go ahead and read.
He shall stretch forth his hand
Uh-huh.
also upon the countries.
Uh-huh.
And the land of Egypt shall not escape.
Go ahead.
But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver.
Uh-huh.
And over all the precious things of Egypt.
Of who?
All the precious things of Egypt.
Now look at what he's going to say. Go ahead.
And the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps.
Now he said the Libyans and the Ethiopians going to be in his steps. Because he done got everybody else now. But they escaped out of his hand though, right? Mm-hmm. He said, but the Libyans and the Ethiopians going to be in his steps. But what's going to happen?
But tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him.
Tidings out of the east and the north. Who was that? Russia and China. And they already done told NATO, look, y'all better leave Libya alone. Because, you know, NATO put sanctions on Libya. So the China and Russia tell them, look, y'all better leave Libya alone. This is future, ain't it? I mean, well, this is happening right now. Go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It says in the middle of 44.
Uh-huh.
Therefore he shall go forth with great fury to destroy, and utterly to make away many.
Now that's future right there. Go ahead and read.
45.
Uh-huh.
And he shall plant the tabernacles of the palace, of his palace,
Uh-huh.
between the seas and the glorious holy mountain.
And between the seas and the glorious holy mountain, where's that at? That's Jerusalem, ain't it?
Come on.
Go ahead and read.
Yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him.
Now, this is the last scripture. That's something, man. We're looking at these players on the field right now.
Shows enough, brother.
And Edom one of the players, ain't he? Obadiah 15. Obadiah 15. This is going to be last. Sorry I held y'all so long. Obadiah 15. Verse 15. Go ahead and read it. Now look at where Edom is. He's going to tell you plainly where he is. Obadiah 15. Go ahead.
For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Go ahead.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
See, so they acting like, you know, that's why I say, you know, they know they got a punishment coming, so they say, well, I ain't know you. Because they know as Edom, they know they Edomites. They got a punishment coming.
Sure enough.
I'm a Khazar. Go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 17.
Uh-huh.
But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance.
Uh-huh.
And there shall be holiness. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
Stop right there. Have the house of Jacob possessed their possessions yet?
Yeah.
They haven't possessed their possessions yet, have they? And he said it's going to be holy. Is it holy over there right now? Everything under the sun is going on over there right now. Go ahead and read.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
Uh-huh.
And the house of Joseph a flame.
Go ahead.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
Ooh, a house of Esau for stubble.
Yes, sir.
So he's still around there at the coming of the Lord, ain't he?
Sure enough.
But look at where he's going to be sitting at, though. Go ahead and read when the Lord going to judge him. Go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them, and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
Ooh.
For the Lord hath spoken it.
For the Lord has spoken it. Uh-huh.
And they...
Now the Lord, he's making a difference between Esau and the Gentile, ain't he? Because he's going to mete out his punishment for the Gentile as well as Esau. We getting real specific about Esau, ain't he?
Make that plain, brother.
Trying to say that Esau is a Gentile. Okay, Gentile, you going to pay then. You want to be a Gentile.
Either way it goes.
Either way it go.
That's right.
Go ahead and read.
19.
Uh-huh.
And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau.
Let's get straight. Let's get right to it. Skip down to verse 21. Go ahead.
And Savior shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau.
And Savior shall come up where?
Mount Zion.
Where's Mount Zion?
Israel.
That's Jerusalem, Israel, right? And what are they going to do? Judge Esau.
Judge the mount of Esau. And the kingdom shall be the Lord.
Now you know that's in time, don't you? And the kingdom going to be the Lord. So where's Edom sitting at then? Right there in Zion or Jerusalem. So Esau is not the white man. Thank you. Now we're going to have the reading of the announcements.
All right, brother. Thank you for that lesson. Y'all got some understanding. All right. Grace and peace to our brothers and sisters here at Israel's Church of the Living God. If this is your first visit, we hope you come back and worship with us again next Sabbath. There's no eating or drinking in the sanctuary with the exception for water. Brothers and sisters, please adhere to the dress code of Israel's Church of the Living God. Brothers, please remove any head covering upon entering the building. Excuse me. Do not wear sleeveless shirts, fleece jogging pants, shorts, tight-fitting pants, or any other revealing attire. Sisters, you must have a head covering. This is required. Hat, scarf, etc. Do not wear shorts, skirts, midriffs, or see-through blouses, mini dresses, mini skirts, halter tops of any kind, revealing splits, tight-fitting, or cleavage-revealing attire, modest apparel only. We have Bibles and scarves available for visitors. If you use a Bible scarf that belongs to Israel's Church of the Living God, please return it prior to leaving. If you live in the Lake County, Illinois area, please watch our television program, The Word for Life. It's every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., Comcast Channel 17. And you can visit our Facebook page, Israel's Church of the Living God, to post questions or comments. All questions will be answered according to the Bible. Click the Facebook like button to see our daily posts, and also click the follow button to receive class information. Church activities and updates are in the news feed. In an effort to expand the church ministry, we have started a building fund. You can make your secure payments online using our PayPal account at www.israelschurchoftlg.org. Or you can send your donation to the attention of ICOTLG at P.O. Box 8933, Waukegan, Illinois, 60079. We thank you for your past contributions and hope for your continued support. Free will donations are welcome and appreciated. Finally, brothers and sisters, please continue to pray for one another. This is this Sabbath day announcement.
If you'd like to contact us here at Israel's Church of the Living God, you can give us a call at 847-636-4792. That's 847-636-4792. We also would like for you to follow us on our website. That's israelschurchoftlg.org. israelschurchoftlg.org, where you can go over there and follow us on Facebook, and you can look at some of our previous videos on YouTube. We also have set up a GoFundMe account that we would like for those that are willing-hearted to donate for our building fund. We will be celebrating the day of Pentecost. It starts Saturday, June 18th at sundown. We'll be celebrating it though Sunday, June the 19th at around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So we would like for all those that would like to come out and celebrate this feast to come on out and join us. We'll be holding it right here at Israel's Church of the Living God. That's Sunday the 19th at 1 p.m. here at Israel's Church of the Living God.